Hello ladies and gentlemen, what's up? This is Papa Bale and welcome to the channel. So I started running the SSG in-out swap on Tuesday at 9:30 p.m. And then this morning the batteries were kind of at this level and I decided to change it up and see if we couldn't turn it around a little bit. So let me go through it a little bit. This coil is a tri-filer coil, 20 gauge, 22 gauge, and 30 gauge. I'm running a 100 ohm resistor in front of the 22 gauge strand out of the SSG. So there's an additional 100 ohms of resistance on the drive coil. And then we have the SSG. We have our timer that is on, off, basically, which triggers the relays. So when it's on one of them, and they both swap at the same time. And if it's off, it's on the other ones. So I put for 1 2 over here, input. For 1 2 over here is output. 3 4 output. 3 4 input. It's been working pretty good so far. Use the pot here to figure out the ohms. It's between 100 and 220. It's kind of difficult to decipher. It's a 1,000 ohm pot. That's 3/4 of a turn, so it's not very accurate. But it worked. It worked. Now there's not such a voltage drop when they switch the batteries or switch the input output to connect to the other battery. All right, and so that's that. I'm using the timer is being run by the power supply here. So everything's being run on the timer by the power supply. So 7 and 8 on my relays are hooked to the timer, which is hooked to the power supply. So, like the battery will never die on you. Like while you're sleeping, I let this thing run basically 2 nights while I was sleeping. That's how confident I am that it's good. And I slept like a baby, so I didn't even worry about it. But I changed the time. The timer is now on 5 minutes per cycle, or it's 10-minute cycles, 5 minutes per, what do you want to call it? Phase? Per phase. There we go. We just switched. Now to run the actual switch takes 3.5 milliamps, or 350 milliamps, to run both of these triggers. So short of breaking my head open trying to find the right resistor to run a battery and then have to swap it out anyway, I just use the power supply. Hence, knowing that it was 350 milliamps to run them both when I hooked it up to the power supply. And I think with the combination of adding the 100 ohm resistor and changing the cycle to 5 minutes, we're going to come out on top in the next couple days here. We're going to have fully charged batteries, among other things. That's what I'm predicting. I have no idea if that's going to happen, but based on the rate and what we're going here, that'll happen. And as these go up, the speed of the rotor will increase. And with that, the rate at which generation happens. but also you spend it at a bigger rate too. So, or maybe you don't. I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen. But right now, this one is spending. See, it's going down. And this one is charging. Hopefully we'll see it go up here. We got 185 seconds left in this cycle. And to use the SSG mode I think is better. We'll see. Because that drop off, that voltage spending is not like this. I'll tell you that. It's a lot more. But of course you gen a lot faster. So, I mean, there's a trade-off, but I think it's a bigger trade-off for this experiment than we want. And bam, there it is. It happened a while ago, but 11.55. Got 125 seconds left. See how slowly it's spending? That's amazing. It's just freaking amazing. See, now if I would have done all this in the beginning, I wouldn't be trying to get back to ground zero. I would be probably still around ground zero because the loss is extremely low with the resistance. What I mean is a lot lower. But of course, you know, both of these things are going very slow because of the resistance. If we take off the resistance, I would show you both of these numbers would move their respective ways very much faster. And this I'm gonna do this until I get it right. I'm just saying. I need a win, you know. And this is cool. I think this is a win already. It's different than what most people do because most people just swap the batteries. Because it's easier to have 4 connections to your battery than it is to have 4 connections to your in and your out on your SSG. I think it's exactly the same amount of easiness. 11.56. 22 seconds left. And we haven't dropped to 11.60 yet. So we got 2 up with 1 down. I think we started at 11.62. 1, 2, bam. Oh, I didn't like that. So this might go up to 11.7, I'm guessing. 0.67, I mean. All right. Well, I think this is pretty fun. I have not been involved with this for the last basically 2 days. It's been running the whole time. Now the things that I switched up the rotor. I removed the 22 gauge strand from the 20 gauge strand. We're running 20 solo. 100 ohm resistor down there. And we changed the timer to 5 minutes per on off. So it's a 10-minute cycle. Wouldn't even want to try and do that without the resistance. Because it just... I don't know, man. It's really lopsided without a resistor. All right. Well, thank you very much. Peace out. And for those that helped me, thank you very much. Bye now.